a large image of what's going on with Hurricane Laura. We're dealing with what I think will be the heaviest rain band for the day as this moves through our viewing area. We've gotten through most of the morning without any tornado warnings. These are just the first couple of tornado warnings that we've actually seen. The Baton Rouge capital city area is actually getting a bit of a break, but we will continue to see on and off rain throughout the day today. Each one of these little cells will be capable of producing tornadoes, or at least some serious rotation, allowing for potential for tornadoes. We are also under a tornado watch until 4 p.m. this evening. So we'll go ahead and zoom in on the active tornado warnings at this time. I do believe that this southern tornado warning will be expiring here momentarily. Meanwhile, this one northern part, including Kentwood, just north of Amite City, including Tangipahoa, along 55 and 51. This is active now through 10:15. We do have radar indicated rotation associated with this storm. It's moving to the north, approaching the border between Louisiana and Mississippi. So if you know anyone traveling north along I-55, maybe give them a call, have them pull over and wait for the next 15 minutes or so while this storm runs its course, moves off to the north.
Yeah, that area of rotation is just to the east of the city of Tangipahoa. Again, that's going to be just to the east of Interstate 55, and that is moving to the north pretty fast at 35 miles per hour. So that's heading straight towards Kentwood. So anybody down the line, Kentwood, Osika, anybody in northern Tangipahoa Parish want to be getting into that safe place right now.
Yes, so as Jake just told us, this is where that rotation is right now, just east of Tangipahoa, just east of I-55 in Tangipahoa Parish. It is moving north. Go ahead and zoom in. Here's where this rotation is. I'll go ahead and point it out one more time. Just to the east of Tangipahoa right now. We'll see if we can pull it up on the velocity. We've had a really tough time seeing anything on our velocity here. You can see a little bit of change here between the red colors. This is where that rotation is, just north and east of Tangipahoa right now. So make sure if you are inside of this red box that you are taking shelter. This warning does not expire for about 14 more minutes, so make sure you're taking shelter. Grab the kids, grab your pets, and move to the most low-level interior room of your house. Put as many walls between you and the outside as you possibly can. We've seen several tornado warnings in the past day or so, and each one of them capable of at least producing some very, very gusty winds, capable of causing potentially some roof damage, and it only really takes one good wind gust to knock a tree branch into your house, to break a window, and cause a really dangerous situation. So people in this area, including Tangipahoa, including Kentwood, please take shelter at this time. This warning is active through 10:15, so we have about 13 more minutes on this warning. We'll continue to track that out for you until this is over. Let's zoom back out. We'll look now back at our live radar. You can see the cell is starting to have a little bit of a hook in it, and that is also an indication that there's some rotation happening with this cell. Again, just north and east of Tangipahoa, where we're also seeing some lightning hitting the ground. So if you're seeing lightning and you're hearing thunder, odds are you're inside that tornado warning, and you should be taking shelter here for the next 13 or 12 minutes just to keep yourself safe from some potentially very damaging winds associated with this storm. Again, we are just northeast of Tangipahoa, just south of Kentwood here. Want to remind everyone to take shelter now for about the next 12 minutes while this storm continues to move north, approaching the border of Louisiana and Mississippi. We did get confirmation from the National Weather Center that we have seen some rotation, though it's rather difficult to see on our radar. It is there. and we did have several tornadoes spotted yesterday, so important to take these seriously. And radar data is not 100% live. It does take time for that radar to scan all the way through and then send us back some data. So as soon as you get your warning issued, please take shelter immediately to keep you and your family safe. It's there just north and east of Tangipahoa, moving toward Kentwood, up towards the border of Louisiana and Mississippi at this time. Please take shelter, move to the most interior room of your house, most low level and interior room. Put as many walls between you and the outside as you possibly can. This is one of Dr. Josh's great graphics here. It's not safe to be on the top floor of your house or anywhere near a window. It only takes one really good wind gust to knock down a tree branch, potentially crashing into your home, breaking a window, and we wouldn't want anyone to be injured by looking out the window, so make sure you're moving inside. Don't go to the windows to take pictures. It's even a good idea to put on a helmet or some type of hard hat in a tornado situation. Leash your pets and grab them and stay together. Also grab those kiddos. If you don't have a basement, that's okay. Just move to the most interior room of your house. I know a lot of people use the bathroom, go into the bathtub, and wait out the tornado warnings there. We'll go back up to the radar here. Get it loaded up. Still active. You can see the cell moving to about the edge of the warning. Jake, do we have any word from the National Weather Service about extending this warning further?
I don't see anything right now, but based on what we have seen on radar, the rotation couplet is definitely still there, so I would not be surprised if they end up issuing it downstream into Pike County. So if you are listening and you live in the southern portions of Pike County, areas like Magnolia, especially towards Osika across the state line, definitely want to begin taking those tornado safety precautions. We don't have any confirmation of any damage or of a tornado right now, but with these very quick moving tropical rain bands, definitely can see quick brief spin ups, and likely by the time that we would even catch it on radar, it's already moved along. So again, if you're in that tornado warning polygon, you want to be in that safe place right now, especially if you're in northern Tangipahoa Parish.
Yeah, here's a wide look at what's going on throughout the entire capital city area, all the way up through Tangipahoa Parish and now into parts of our Mississippi counties. This is the largest rain band I think we're going to have to deal with associated with Hurricane Laura, and we had a slew of tornado warnings yesterday, and we're going to continue to see them today as well. Even though the storms are isolated and small, they are still very capable of producing some serious rotation as well as potentially tornadoes and even flash flooding. So we need to continue to be weather aware. Right now we do have that tornado warning in northern Tangipahoa Parish here. It is active through 10:15. You can see that that cell is now just getting to the edge, starting to cross over the border near Osika and moving towards Magnolia along pretty much along I-55 there, moving north. So if you are in that area, make sure you're taking shelter, putting as many walls between you and the outside as you possibly can. Do not go to the windows to take a picture. Keep you and your family safe. Also a good idea to grab the pets, leash them up if you can, and hang out in a safe space here for the next couple of minutes. As Jake was just telling us, he is able to catch a rotation on the radar, so it's entirely possible they'll continue to extend this warning as it moves into parts of Mississippi. So
they are going to downstream it into Pike County.
All right, so we just have some inside information from the National Weather Service that they're going to continue this into Pike County along I-55. So areas like Osika, Magnolia, you are on deck to receive a tornado warning here at any moment. Make sure you are ready to take shelter at this time. There it is.
Yep, and that will go until 10:15, or excuse me, 10:45.
All right, so that is now active through 10:45. Areas like Osaka likely to see this storm, or the rotation rather, moving over you in about 2 minutes. Terry's Creek have about 11 minutes. Magnolia expecting this to be approaching around 10:27, and
This will even include Macomb as well.
And the phones are ringing this morning here in the Weather Center. We'll go ahead and track this out once more for you. We'll zoom out a bit.
Yes, we are.
As this moves to the north. All right, so Osaka likely going to be seeing this system move over in about 2 minutes. Terry's Creek around 10:18, Magnolia around 10:29, 10:42 at Macomb, 10:48 at Summit. So make sure those areas you are taking shelter. This little tracker cone a little bit wider than the actual polygon, but we are moving into those Mississippi counties at this time. It does look like they're going to allow the tornado warning in northern Tangipahoa Parish to expire. So those folks there are in the clear for at least a little while, and we are still tracking this. It is moving almost exactly along I-55 north, and we'll continue to track that. Whoa.
Thank you.
Looks like we had a small glitch here in our system. Let me go ahead and move it back on over. There are those current tornado warnings right there.
Yeah, we're tucked away.
We are including Macomb, Magnolia as well in this tornado warning. I think those areas in northern Tangipahoa Parish really are in the clear at this time, and that warning should be allowed to expire as this storm moves over the border into Mississippi at this time. So areas like Osaka should be seeing this relatively soon. Terry's Creek around 10:30, Magnolia around 10:38, Macomb around 10:52, Tangipahoa near 11:06. Again, if you are within this tornado warning, please make sure that you are taking shelter, putting as many walls between you and the outside as you possibly can. We're continuing to watch this cell. I think the Kentwood area is likely in the clear, although technically still included in this warning.
Yeah, Kentwood is in the clear, but a pretty strong signature moving over Osaka right now.
All right, so areas
areas
near Osaka need to make sure you are taking shelter right now. Jake is telling me that he sees a pretty significant rotation out there right now.
Yeah, it's crossing right over the state line as we speak. This is going to be just to the east of the interstate, right over Osaka right now. So if you live in Osaka, you need to be in that safe place. And this is racing off to the north. So areas around Magnolia, then eventually downstream towards Macomb, also need to be in that safe place. Again, that tornado warning will continue for the next 30 minutes. But we are definitely getting signs that we could be looking at a tornado touching down any moment now.
We'll go ahead and track this out. Potential timing here. Yeah, Osaka need to be taking shelter immediately. Magnolia, Macomb, Summit, Tangipahoa, these areas are on deck to see this storm as it continues to move on this northward path. So if you are within that red square, make sure you are taking your shelter now, getting to your safe place. Put as many walls between you and the outside as you possibly can. Ride out this tornado warning. I know a lot of folks here don't have basements, so if you don't have a basement, that's okay. Just get away from those windows. Potentially bring something with you. It's a great idea to cover your head, maybe with a helmet or a hard hat of some kind. Grab your pets, preferably on a leash in case you are separated. We want to make sure you have your pets. Grab the kids. We'll ride out this warning here until about 10:45 here. I do want to reiterate that those areas south of Osaka are in the clear, so Kentwood or any areas in Tangipahoa Parish at this time are in the clear should be past you at this time.
Yeah, that warning for Tangipahoa Parish is expired. Should just be strictly in Mississippi now.
All right. So, yes, areas that are in this lower warning. This warning has expired and our computer just has not updated yet. So these areas, including Tangipahoa and Kentwood in Tangipahoa Parish, this warning is expired and you are in the clear. Now, Jake is telling me that the rotation is now just over Osika at this time, continuing north along I-55, approaching areas like Magnolia, about to see some pretty significant rotation, potentially a tornado. Damaging winds are possible with this system.
Yeah, we're continuing to see the rotation tighten up. No evidence of a tornado on the ground, but of course, very weak tropical tornadoes are hard to detect on radar anyway, so should definitely treat this as if a tornado is occurring. That's just north of Osika, traveling north towards Magnolia.
Thank you, Jake. Now, here's the large picture here. We do have just one tornado warning at this time, but there is still some serious rain band action moving through our area. I do think this is the largest rain band we're going to have to deal with today, but smaller, more isolated cells will continue to push through the area on and off, and each one of them will have the power and potentially the rotation to produce a spin-up tornado, as well as even some flash flooding. So each of these cells, it's going to be very important that you have a way to receive warning information in the event that you do end up in a tornado warning. And I know it seems like a lot. There's so many warnings, so many things you need to think about, but it is important to take these seriously. We wouldn't want anyone to be injured in a tornado warning because you went to the window to double check that the tornado is out there. Just go to your safe place and wait for the warning to expire there. So right now, just one tornado warning in our area.
And the National Weather Service is also kind of reiterating what I was just saying. They're saying that the rotation is really starting to tighten north of Osika, running right along Highway 51, heading towards a pretty populated part of Pike County. So if you know any family or friends there, definitely want to give them a call, let them know what is heading their way. I will also say there's also plenty of kinks in the line that's just moving through Tangipahoa Parish right now. No warnings on any of those, but something to watch downstream. I would not be surprised if we end up getting more tornado warnings later on down the road here with the same line that's progressing to the north over pretty much the exact same areas.
Yeah, so once again, those areas were in Pike County, Mississippi now along 51 and I-55 here. If you're in Magnolia, Macomb, make sure you're taking shelter. Let's track this out. Rotation likely to be on the southernmost part of this storm. So Magnolia, make sure you're taking shelter here within the next minute or two. Then Fernwood, Macomb, Summit, you're on deck. Fernwood at 10:33, Macomb near 10:41, and Summit near 10:46. Of course, these aren't exact timings. This is just giving you an idea of when you will see the strongest part of this system. I'm now seeing a lot more lightning starting to pop up on the radar here. So if you are hearing lots of thunder, seeing lots of lightning, make sure you're taking shelter in a very rotating system as that continues to move through northern Pike County. We are right along I-55 here in 51. We're continuing to see the rotation tighten up as this system moves through. It's moving very quickly, though. It's already completely past Osika, so I would say those folks in Osika are in the clear, though there does still appear to be some lightning happening in those areas, so do be aware of a potential lightning threat for you. But here is the storm cell we've been watching. We can see a rotation with this system. I'll pull up our velocity, but like Jake was saying earlier, it's very difficult to see rotation on these systems associated with those tropical rain bands, but we're looking right here along 55 and 51 just south of Magnolia. Again, those folks in Osika likely in the clear at this time, and we're going to continue to watch this system. as it moves further north. We'll go ahead and throw up the radar very quickly for you. And we'll watch this last radar loop, and we'll continue to watch out for further tornado warnings for the rest of the morning. But for now, we're going to toss things back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Right, and it won't also. It won't catch on. He's starting to sound like Humphrey Bogart in the Caine Mutiny.